Sorry about that. Randy Tramp here. Yankton, South Dakota. I'm a freelance writer, and I am learning the craft, learning and wanting to share that with you. Today we're talking about character, how to develop character. We're in chapter 2 of the book Self-Editing for Fiction Writers, how to edit yourself into print. And it's a very good book by Rennie Brown and Dave King. We're on chapter 2, like I said, developing character. And when you want some information, you want to put information into your writing. How do you do that? One way is through dialogue. In this chapter, they give examples of how not to do it. Let me read a little portion. It's somebody answering the phone. It says, "Hello, no, Master Ronaldo is not here. He and Mistress Emira went to the airport to pick up his long-lost brother Zach, who disappeared 20 years ago without the family fortune and now has been living in Andes." What? No, Master Roderick isn't here either. He and his young lady, Faith Jones, have gone off to see the solicitor about the possibility of opening a trust fund left to him by his great-uncle. Yes, she is the daughter. A fine old family, but not a penny to their name. If you're like me, you're thinking, whoa, people don't talk like that. They wanted to get that information in, but they did it through exposition, and that does not work. When you want that information, that back information, it needs to be done in character. And it's the same way with interior monologue. You're giving the insight, you're getting into the brain, into the thought process of the person. But people don't sit around thinking of mundane details. It doesn't happen. And like we talked about yesterday, you want to give that information a little bit by little bit by little bit. You don't want to do a information dump on the reader. You want to give it out a little at a time. Here is a example of interior monologue that is from the perspective of an organist, a church organist, okay? She might have known Jordan would be there. Some nerve, after all she did to keep that girl from coming home for Christmas. And just look at him, slipping into that pew beside his daddy. Sweet as Gabriel blowing his horn. She was surprised Peter Griffin would let him in the church. Then again, she wasn't considering. Peter and Melinda Griffin were the last ones, and not a minute too soon. Mary Lou was about to run out of music and have to repeat herself. Peter walked right close to Melinda, though they could have been a wall of glass between them for all the contact they made. But Mary Lou had to admit they made a handsome couple. Peter tall and dark like a Italian movie star. Melinda blonde, sweet-looking, though looks do lie. Melinda looked wounded. That was the only word for it. Hands fluttering, eyes glancing off people's faces like moths off a window. The two of them followed Fritz into the family pew, which meant Mary Lou could finally wind down. She thought she closed with "Abide with me." That gives a lot of detail, gives some recent history, gives the thought process, what's going through her head, gives a little character. And this character in this book is credible. And so we find Peter and Melinda are lost love. Get a clue as to Melinda's pain. And at the same time, we're getting information where the reader is also getting a glimpse into the personality of this organist. And so those are a couple different ways to bring in information. Make it so that the information is in the personality of the person. Like the first part that I read, nobody's going to talk like that. It's not going to happen. And so you ask yourself as you're writing your scenes, is this the character? Would my character say that? Would this character say that? Would this character think that? And so that's how you can get information into your book. Join me tomorrow. This is Randy Tramp, the Ancient South Dakota, signing off. Have a good day.